Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A. We go over all latest news that happened during the week of mobile and tech and answer your questions live. If you have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comments section down below and I will answer it before the end of the show. Alright guys, so a lot of stuff to discuss. Oops, sorry. That was on a little too loose there. All right, there we go. And let's get to some of the news starting off. So first and foremost, we have some news on the Pixel 8 update. So, a couple of different things. So for one, the Pixel 8 Pro versus the Pixel 7 Pro in terms of battery size will be basically the same. Technically, the 8 Pro is slightly smaller, but it will both be rated at 5,000 milliamps, so it's pretty much identical when it comes to it. However, the new CPU is supposed to sip battery life a lot better off, so we'll have to wait and see if that is going to be true. Secondly, we are going to have a bigger battery when it comes to the Pixel 8 versus the Pixel 7. So I think that's always obviously a good thing. So instead of 4,300, it will most likely be rated at 4,500. So slight bump up, always a good thing. Never going to argue with anyone that like better battery life isn't going to just be treated as a lot better. Oops, sorry about that. So yeah, I think it's going to be great for us. We'll have to wait and see how it turns out in the end, but overall, I think we're going to be happy with the result of having a slightly bigger battery on that one. Then we're also going to have a slight bump up in the wireless charging department. So in terms of charging, you are going to have, instead of 24 watts, you're going to have, instead of 20 watts, you're going to have 24 watts. And instead of 23 watts, you're going to have 27 watts. So slightly faster charging when it comes to the overall speed of the charge. I think we're all going to be happy right now with that. Or sorry, that was the direct charging. The wireless charging will not remain changed. Sorry, I was thinking about another article. But yeah, so this one is going to be the wire charging is going to improve faster, but the wireless will be about the same as before. Overall, I am expecting we'll see, some other differences, but in terms of hardware, we know it's going to have the G3 Tensor chip inside, so it's going to have slightly faster charging, same battery in terms of the Pro, but a bigger battery in terms of the 8. I am curious about the 8 too, because I'm thinking about upgrading my daughter. She's has a Pixel 6 right now, so upgrading her to the Pixel 8 I think would be a good update for her to have. We'll see how it goes, and I think, again, having better battery life is key. So I think that's always a good thing, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section. All right. And now we do have a slight update on the Galaxy Watch 6 as well. I know a lot of people have been asking about updates on this one and the tablets because we haven't really got much information on those two. As before, we have said that there is going to be a Watch 6 and a Watch 6 Classic, it seems like. And now we have the model numbers. So there's going to be 4 variants, it looks like. And it's going to be 1.6 and 1.6 bigger, so 40 millimeter and 44, and then you're going to have the classic 43 and 47. There is no listing for LTE at this time, but we can expect that that will be coming later. The Wi-Fi versions have all been registered now at this point, so I'm good with this. I mean, again, I'm very curious because apparently this one is going to have a smaller battery than the current Galaxy Watch Pro, but it brings back the what do you call it? The rotating bezel. That is a difficult choice between those two for me, but I'll have to wait and see how it goes. So yeah, I'm very curious on how that will go. But overall, I think it's going to be a good change. I think this is slightly bigger too. I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong. If anyone can look it up, the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, I want to say is 46 millimeters. So this might be a slightly bigger screen now as well. So very curious to see how that turns out. All right, and then just images. We did show these off a couple months ago, but again, this is still what the new ones are going to look like. So slightly better buttons, I would say, designed on this one, and a little bit more curvy than the ones on the Watch 5 Pro. But again, that return of that rotating bezel, I think is going to be a lot of people's joy will happen when we see that again. So I think that's exciting. I would definitely be happy for that for sure. Hey, Rudy Can't Game Ahoy. How you doing, sir? How is gaming going? What game are you playing right now? Let me know in the comments. All right. This one was kind of interesting to me just because I have like two of them and I don't use them. The Galaxy smart tags to me were just too bulky and too big in comparison to Tiles or AirPods, or sorry, AirTags. And I really just want to see Samsung make a smaller design thing. Let accessory makers focus on the hoop thing. I know it was like a good utility at first, but it really is just too big for the most part. And I do like, though, that if it's going to partner up with Google's new system is going to connect all devices together, hopefully, because even AirTags are going to basically be supported by it. So very curious to see how that will go. But it looks like that they have reached an agreement to kind of coincide with that, and I think it's only going to be good. The curious thing is are all tags going to be available for that? Google did not make their own tags or announce their own tags. Obviously, that could happen in October. But I really think that Samsung needs to not only make the improvements that we're going to go over right now, but I think they need to focus on the size. For instance, one thing I love about Tile is you have a extremely thin credit card version, and I would want that for my wallet. So that's just things like this. Like this would be great for like a suitcase, and that's where I currently have mine in. But I wouldn't put it in even like anything smaller than a backpack. Like, I feel like it's too big for a purse even. So yeah, let me know what you guys think though. All right. Let's see. So some of the updates on this one was that it is Bluetooth 5.3 on this one. It's going to have a bigger battery, a better battery, and it just should basically be a better overall tracker in comparison to it, including an improvement on IP rating. So very good for that, even a higher volume for the buzzing, and it will continue to have the ultra wideband as a standard now. Before there was one with ultra wideband, there was one without it. Now it should be standardized. So very happy about that. I mean, it's going in the right direction. I just think it needs to be a smaller size, in my opinion. Like Eufy even made some that basically could replace AirTags, but it worked with only Apple system only. I would love to see if Eufy would have allowed for that to come to Android, and everything would have done much better. All right, and in some other news, Google is giving up on AR, kind of, at least for now. Basically the people that were in charge of the whole Iris smart glasses division have been shelved, as the people who are mainly in charge of it have been laid off, essentially. So it's very curious to see how that will go, because it was something that got a lot of attention even a few months ago. So I am very curious to see how this will turn out, and I hope we do hear about it more, just because, quite frankly, I am a big fan of all augmented reality, and I want to see more glasses like this. TCL is still looking like the only one that might come out this year at this point, but we'll have to wait and see if anyone else comes up with augmented reality glasses like this that connect to your phone as an accessory. I feel like that these kind could essentially replace the smart watch, and it's always funny to me how people are so impressed when I walk around with these. These are my current smart glasses, but these are only Bluetooth, but they are my prescription. So basically I'm able to see with them very easily, and then I can go around with them and do anything I need to for it. So yeah, I'm a big fan of this, and hopefully we will see more smart glasses kind of spread out with augmented reality at the forefront. But we'll have to wait and see. I think that it's going to be very curious to see how it will go moving forward. All right. All right, guys. And let's see. Let's see what you guys have any questions on. All right, RCKY. Do you think the upcoming Fold 5 will be better than the Pixel Fold? Also, I went to see Indiana Jones. I really enjoyed it. So I have a confession to make. Also, let me know if you could hear the fireworks with this mic. I don't know if that's going to be a problem this year. Unfortunately, I am getting new windows installed, but they will be after the 4th of July. It'll be at the beginning of next month. But finally getting some soundproof windows. So that'll be really great, especially for my studio, so I won't be able to hear all the craziness that happens outside my home. But what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So in terms of the Pixel Fold 5, or sorry, the Pixel Fold versus the Galaxy Fold 5, All I can say is this. If the Galaxy Fold 5 does not change anything really, which at this point it looks like it's going to change little to nothing. This is, again, we've said it for the past couple of weeks, but this is currently what we believe the changes to the Galaxy Fold 5 are going to be. Improved hinge, thinner. That's it. Better CPU, of course, like always. Same cameras. That's it. That is literally it. So in terms of my opinion on it, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. And while I did say, the Pixel Fold, as of right now, I would say is the foldable that I would go with. That's not to say that Samsung has done a bad job at all. I mean, I do like both of these foldable devices, and I'm lucky enough to be in a position where I can have both of these devices at the same time. But overall, I will have to say it's true that you shouldn't judge a phone based on what could come later, right? So there are multiple things that I wish will come later with this phone that would make this phone a huge improvement. I would say the big two, which one of them I have to test out because I have been hearing rumblings that Google with Google Photos now has a version of link share, which I will be talking about obviously if it does, which is one of the biggest features of Samsung has exclusively, which is much better. But the second thing that I really need Pixel to jump on if they're going to get into the tablet and foldable market is doing app pairings for split screen. Like that is something that Samsung did from the get-go. Actually, not the get-go. With the Fold 2, they did it. But it was such an important addition that it was really necessary. So I really have to say, like, that is one thing that I feel that they need to put, like, almost immediately within the next 3 months to really stand out and stand up to the Fold 5 more than anything else. But if those are going to be the upgrades for the Fold 5, I don't even know if I could recommend anyone who has the Fold 4 buy the Fold 5. It's more like just if you happen to be in the situation when you want the latest and greatest Galaxy Fold, then buy the Fold 5. But at the same time, if the Fold 4 is going to go for $1,000 or less at that point, then again, I don't know if I can recommend anyone buy the Fold 5 if they really change it that little. I could be proven wrong. I hope I'm proven wrong. But if Samsung really changes that little, I don't care about the Fold 5. I'm more interested in the Flip 5. And speaking of flip phones, I do have this little beauty right here, the Razr Flip. So, or sorry, the Razr, the Moto Razr. So very excited more about this one in terms of it. Like, this is something that I would love to really check out, and like seeing that ability, like, is that I can show you guys, hey, look, you can see yourself on here. Oops. You can see yourself on here. And that is a really cool feature that you can actually see both on here. I can see myself on here with this. So, and this, I just, it's really lovely on the back. Like, I really love the look of it on the back. Very clean looking phone. So I'll be checking out this one in about a week or so to really kind of put it through its paces. But it really is something like where I think Samsung's Flip 5 is a lot more interesting this year than the Fold 5, because the Flip 5 is getting a lot more upgrades, and the Fold 5 is just kind of like an iPhone update. And I'll say that because Samsung always bashes on Apple for doing so little. What did they change? Like, I love the line, what has changed between the iPhone 11 and the iPhone 14? Like, what has changed, right? Like, in that small of time. And I think that kind of line really clarifies why we upgrade our phones so much less. Because I'll tell you the same thing, that, like, if you compare the S20 Ultra to the S23 Ultra, most people probably couldn't tell you the difference. I could, but most people probably couldn't. So that is the thing that, like, you know, those changes are smaller and smaller, and that's why people are buying phones less and less, which is why the AR market is kind of like the gateway to something better and bigger that hopefully we'll see at some point. All right. Yes, if you haven't, thank you, Quiet Storm. If you haven't checked out this week, we do have a giveaway right now for I think it's a $600 sound bar going on right now. So if you haven't signed up for that, it is the Enclave Eclipse video, and Quiet Storm put it at the top of the chat. So please go ahead and check that out. I don't know actually how many have entered the giveaway, to be quite honest. I wonder if I could pull that up, because I don't think that many, to be honest. So I would assume if you enter this giveaway, you actually have a pretty good chance of winning right now. Let me go ahead and see. I'm going to pull up to see how many people have entered. And just so I can tell you guys that. So as of right now, oh, okay. We do have a good amount of entries. So we have about 400 entries. So more than I thought, actually, to be fair. But really good to be able to do that. And I think a lot of people have taken multiple actions. So, because that's 400. Got it. So yeah, in terms of the amount of people, it's a lot less than that. Because that is with, let me just see. Who? Bulk action. Let's see. Let's do this. Okay. So yeah, in actuality, only because each entry is like 20 entries, you can actually see that it's 36 people have entered right now. And that's just because each entry to like the subscription is worth 20, then other subscriptions are worth 5. So yeah, if I just narrow it down to just the amount of people who have subscribed to the YouTube channel, it's only 36, guys. So you have really good odds right now to win this giveaway. So you're literally going to be like 1 in 50, basically, probably, if no one else enters at this point. So I would recommend entering if you haven't already. Go ahead and enter, and it's going to be a $600 sound bar. They're going to send it to you guys. I'm just going to give them all your information, and you guys will get it shipped to you. So yeah, enter, please. Send it to your friends and family. Make sure that you or one person you know is going to win it. I would really like that. I would really like it if a lot of the people who watch this show is going to be one of the ones that win it. So when I announce it in 2 weeks, I'm going to announce it live in 2 weeks on the 16th, I believe. Yeah, 16th is the end date, or 15th is the end date, and I'm going to announce it on the 16th, Mobile Weekly. So if you haven't already, guys, please enter, because I would just love for one of you guys watching to be the winner. All right. Sound loud and clear. Anyway, see you tomorrow if you're around. Quiet. Hey, man. Thank you, Rudy. What is the name of the microphone you wear when you're making videos? Can it be used outside and indoors? Yes, it is a DJI mic. Let's see. Let me send you a link for it. But it is the best mic out there. Period. I was literally doing a video for another company, and it was just such a bad experience that I told them I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Just because it really was not the best experience. So I just said, look, I'll send the product back. I'm totally happy with doing that, but I cannot recommend something to my viewers that I would not recommend. Like, I just can't. I won't. So yeah. So but this one is the one that I use all the time. So yeah, great microphone. Now I have the higher version of it. So let me just explain the differences since we have it up. So this one is two transmitters and 1 receivers. So this is a mic, and this is your receiver. Here's the thing about this mic and how it works. And yes, it can be used outdoors. You have what are called like dead cats that go over this. Oh, here it is. You have that going over it and really does well outdoors. And they even have a mic in input, so you can actually plug a lavalier to it if you want to. But here are the extras that this thing has. So the reason why I got the case version or the 2 receiver version is because it comes also with the charging case. So this charging case will charge it again, I believe 2 times. And when you're out on the go and out on the field, that's a huge benefit for sure. You also have, of course, the 3 different devices you can plug it into. So this cable right here in the middle is what allows it to plug into a beautiful camera like the one I'm using right now. The other 2, though, is that it has a connector for both Android and iPhone. So this is the only mic you need for every setup you have. I don't do it for podcasting just because I need a lot of fans on me. So I have 1, 2, 3 fans in this podcasting. So for that reason, I don't use it for this. I use a Shure mic for this setup. So this is what I use for my podcasting kind of scenarios. But yeah, so that's it. In terms of the other things it has magnets as well. Extremely long battery life. But like they come with magnets attached to them. They're not in this picture, but a little square magnet right here that basically allows you to clip it around your clothes. But it also has a standard clip, so you can actually clip it to the top of anything or anything you could use. Oh yeah, there's a magnet right there. So yeah, in terms of a microphone, there is nothing better on the market right now, in my opinion. If DJI makes another one, I would recommend this. I would recommend it probably, and I would probably buy it just because this has been such an amazing job. Again, better than I've ever seen anyone else do, and it's so far beyond anything else on the market, in my opinion. You can get 1 mic and 1 receiver, but it also does not come with a charging case. And I don't know what other accessories it is missing because I just never bought that version. All right, let's see what else. What is a good doorbell camera? I need that you don't need a subscription for. And you don't have a long delay on motion detection for your phone. My current camera is a 30-second delay. The person is gone by then. So I will say that I feel like a wired one has less of a delay than a wireless one. Just because, so if you check out my most recent security camera video, it is on a Eufy one, which you do not need a subscription for, that is a light that actually goes, next to a door. And that is wired powered, and it is instant, like just instant. Better than I would say a lot of the battery powered ones I've had before are. I also had the Nest before, which was wired, and it was instant as well. Now, in terms of a doorbell one, I do have a Eufy all-in-one solution, but I used to have another one. Let's see. So I really like Eufy because you don't need a subscription for it, and you can basically store almost all your storage offline. So it's really great for that purpose. And there's a lot of different ones in terms of it. Most of these, though, are going to be battery operated, which may or not be what is the best, I would say, in terms of that. So let's see. This one is going to be good. It's a 1080p version. Oh, wow. So this is a wired one, which again, wired ones I would say are better. This one also has a front and a bottom one. The bottom is to actually look at the floor for your packages. So that does very well. But if it has something like this, it really is well off in making sure that you basically have a better connection. So those are just some things I would look out for. And a home base is going to be like the best thing because it has its own storage and all of this kind of stuff. So that is something else to note. But yeah, these have gotten definitely less. And so this is a wireless one. I wanted to see if I could find the one I have. Doorbell, camera lock. There you go. Just so I could show you the exact model that I have. So yeah, this is it right here. Just so you can kind of see. So this is the exact model I have. This is a lock and a doorbell, and it's very fast. Like, I have never had an issue with it. And then I had a version, I think this one was the one I had beforehand. Didn't have a problem with it. No issues in terms of it. It has long battery life, and again, no monthly fees for the storage on there. So yeah, I love Eufy because it doesn't have any monthly fees for that. So this is the least expensive one, on sale right now for $80. Doorbell. So that is the wire-free one. So it's a battery you have to charge every couple months. And then there's this one, which is really good at a really good price right now. It's only on sale for 2 hours and 40 minutes. I'm sure Prime Day will have some more sales, to be fair, and this one might go on sale again. But this is really good, dude. This is like really, really good. It's I think the best resolution quality still for one of their cameras. So really good 2K camera, dual cam, and yeah, it's just really, really good price. So I would definitely recommend this one. Wired doorbell. And then the last one is just the one I currently have, which is an all-in-one solution for everything. And SD card is required, but that means, again, it's offline and you can always go back to it. So really good for that. The best doorbell cam plus lock. Hopefully one of those helps you out. All right. And guys, if you ever have any questions on tech, like, hey, what should I buy or anything like that, I am here for that. I'm always here to help you guys out and make sure that I can get you guys, the best thing you can get, or at least options on or insight to these things. All right, let's go ahead and see what else. Love the deals. AT&T $1,000 Pixel Fold just ordered. Keeping my 2 years old Z Fold 3. Nice, man. I hope you like it. I'm curious to see your thoughts on it. And again, I'm not saying it's perfect. I definitely said that there were issues with it on the video, but I think as a whole, like, so someone said, like, I still think the Fold 4 is so much better, and all this kind of stuff. Sure, the front of the Fold Pixel is going to be better, but what about the inside? To that I say, that's half the experience. It is no question that... Sorry, I got some emails. Hold on one second, make sure. Don't go into that. It is no question that this front screen is better than this front screen. Like, it's not a debate, in my opinion, at least. But I would find it hard for anyone to tell me that one is a better front screen. The Pixel Fold clearly takes the front screen, in my opinion, and that is half the experience. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how it goes, but honestly, I'm very happy so far. All right. Just ordered the Soundcore Liberty 4 noise canceling. I like them over the Liberty 3 Pro, especially at the $79 price. Hey, that's really good. Amazing 10 hours and 50 hours for the charging case. Really nice. I don't think I've tested those ones out, although I know I may be getting some new ones from them. I know, like, I just signed a thing with my... Oh, yeah. I've seen these around, so I've seen other reviewers talk about it. I just haven't checked it out myself. But, I mean, those look good. I am not mad at that. It is going to be funny if this are the ones that I'm going to be reviewing. I know I'm going to be reviewing a pair, but I just don't know anything about them yet. So yeah, I did get an agent now, which is kind of cool, just because they're going to be getting me a lot more deals. Talk about you guys, and again, I want to clarify. All of these deals I get, I am approving myself, and I will not, and I will send back a product if I just do not believe in it. So yeah, I just always want to make that clear, because I just had to do it again recently for this mic company, and I just, yeah, it wasn't working. But yeah, these look absolutely amazing. I've always liked Soundcore. I don't know which ones I have here actually. These are the ones I usually have connected to my laptop. I just kind of left these here. And yeah, it's my main ones for here, but always probably the best sound quality out of a lot of them. But yeah, that's awesome. 10 hour single charge. I mean, whatever sound course I will be getting, I'm going to be taking to Canada with me, so it should be fun. All right. Ricky, you're going to soundproof windows. Just as new law banning fireworks passed. Dude, fireworks have been going around in my area since I moved in here. Ain't nobody care about a band, because here's the thing. What I found out when it comes to fireworks, unless you catch the person in the act, they can't do anything. So yeah, it's still very hard to pin firework as a crime on someone. Yes, I see the new signs in my area saying it's like a $3,000 fine if you have fireworks, and yet there's still people doing it right now. So yeah. But that's cool. Someone's saying right now no fireworks sound so far, so maybe that's a good sign for, we'll see how 4th of July will be if I record any videos on that day. But yeah, very happy to see it. I just bit the bullet and ordered the S23 Ultra. I wish I could have found the 1 TB model since they did away with the memory card. Got the 512 model. Gary, you got to tell me if you pass that 512 gig storage, man, because I pass like 250-ish gigs, and I think that's a lot. I don't think many people pass more than me, but let me know if you do, because that's insane if you do. Delete stuff every once in a while. But yeah, let me know, because that's pretty big if you can pass that. Let me know. Very curious on that. Do you use Bixby? Just wondering if it's worth using over Google. No, I really don't use Bixby that much at all anymore, to be quite honest, which is funny, because still one of the biggest videos I have is every month is like the 10 best features of Bixby. Just people want to know about it because there is no information on it. But no, I wouldn't say that Bixby has done a good job of keeping up or standing out. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a try again here and there, but at least as of right now, no. Are you liking the Pixel Fold? I am. I really am. I'm liking the Pixel Fold. I am using it a lot more closed now and only really opening it up for entertainment purposes. But even for entertainment purposes, guys, I will just say, like, I think it's actually really smart on how they design this, because of the fact that when you have it open sideways, it's like a perfect 16:9. So like, it's really just good job at doing that, because it fits the 16:9 so well closed that it does it better than most phones that are longer than it, because the longer phones aren't giving you more than it really. In fact, they're the ones that you usually pinch to zoom in and hoping the aspect ratio still fits at the 18.5:9. So yeah, I would say that as of right now, I'm very happy with the Pixel Fold. Again, the biggest two misses I would say are an alternative to link sharing and pairing split screen apps. Those are the two things that I really, really miss. And I, it's so funny. I'm dead serious when I posted this on Twitter, and I don't know if you guys saw this, but this is the first time in over 10 years that I've had a non Samsung phone as my primary. My first smartphone was the Moto Droid. So the Moto Droid was my first smartphone, and I think I got the Moto Droid 3, and after that I went to the Galaxy Nexus. That was my first Samsung smartphone. Since the Galaxy Nexus, I have only used Samsung phones as my primary phone. Now, I've gotten a second line, 3 years into YouTube. So after that, I basically always had a secondary line where I've reviewed lots of phones and I always have had two phones. But Samsung has just always felt like home to me. And I have always argued that I feel that even with, oh God, what was it called before? TouchWiz. Even with TouchWiz, I felt they were ahead of the curve when it came to software more than anyone else. And where they failed in the early times, I had rooting. After that, I had Nova Launcher. And I never really needed to do anything after that. So I am the biggest person to always stick by Samsung. But their foldables got boring. And their aspect ratio has been a thing that I have not liked for the last 3 Galaxy Folds. I've been, wanting a wider front screen, and they didn't deliver. But the Pixel Fold did. And probably I test out a lot of phones. I test out TCL phones. I test out OnePlus phones. I test out Moto phones. So I test out a lot of different phones. Probably, I would say always like one of the best combinations for me is usually when I have a Galaxy Fold and I have a Pixel Pro. So that's always basically after October. From October to February, that's been my constant every single year. There might be, some phones that come out like a Magic phone or whatever phones come out. I can't think of any others that come out usually during that time. But towards the holidays, towards the second half of the year, I usually always have a Galaxy Fold for productivity, for watching videos, and I have my Pixel for taking my photos. Videos are still probably the best time I usually do it is when I have the Galaxy Ultra. Galaxy Ultra is still the best for videos, usually. So I don't know if the Pixel is going to live up to that same combination, but the thought of it doing it is awesome. Like it is really awesome. The thought of this Pixel being able to upgrade its new camera. And that's what I have to clarify that I don't feel like a lot of people talk about enough. These are new cameras. They're not any cameras in another Pixel, which is troubling because of the fact that they have to upgrade it. They legit have to upgrade these cameras with their software that has never used the cameras before. And that hasn't always worked out. That hasn't. On the Google Pixel 6, it had a lot of issues that did not get resolved with that camera until it got to the Pixel 7, and they retroactively updated the 6, but like the 7 was basically finalized version of the software to work with those new cameras. That's why I don't know if the Pixel 8 is really going to be that much of a difference, and if it is, again, it might take a few months for them to catch up. So I don't think this is going to be the final result of these cameras, even though the cameras aren't bad. Like I have legit taken, I'm selling some of my older products right now, and I gave it to the guy that I always have sell all my stuff for. And yeah, it has taken some absolutely great photos for that. So like legit really good looking photos for everything that I was selling. Like awesome photos, no not really issues when it comes to it. So great quality. Um and I really want to see Samsung step up next year because it doesn't like they're gonna it looks like they're coasting this year. And I it's something to be said. I just have to say that it's something to be said when for over 10 years Samsung has always been my primary, and now I switched to the Pixel Fold. First ever non-Samsung primary since the Moto Droid 3. So yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. And that's how much I believe in this Pixel Fold. I don't know. Maybe in a month's time, I'll be right back to my Galaxy S23 Ultra as my primary. Maybe. Have to wait and see. Maybe the Pixel Fold won't work out. If it doesn't, I'm going to let you guys know. I'm going to do a video on it. But as of right now, I'm putting all my cards in and seeing if the Pixel Fold really can be that molding of the best two devices that I wanted, which was the Galaxy S23 Ultra and the Galaxy Fold 4. I wanted a combination of that one, and that's what I was looking for. All right, let's get to some other stuff for you guys. Let's see. What do we got? I bought the S23 Ultra a month ago and went to an air show. Damn, the zoom is insane. Way better than the iPhone. Absolutely way better than the iPhone. All of a sudden, everyone wants to use my S23 Ultra to see the Axe. Thanks for the recommendation. I'm so glad you liked it, Bernard. And yeah, I mean, when it comes to zoom, video, and photos, like, it's hard to take a bad one with the S23 Ultra. It's really good. It's really, really good. And it's one of the main reasons why I just love it so much. So yeah. Lenovo Tab Extreme or the S20. Let me see what the Lenovo Tab Extreme is. I think I know which one you're talking about, but I'll check it out. And the Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra. Which would you choose since they're so close in size and some specs? Okay, let me see if I can find this one. Is it available on Amazon? No, it's not. So let's go ahead and see it online. Okay, so I do think I saw this one at CES, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so let's see what we can find out here. It's a MediaTek one? Let me just get to the specs. All right. So this has a Dimensity 9000, which is a great one. However, that is a little older now. They just released a Dimensity 9200, although that hasn't come out. You know, there was a Dimensity 9000 Plus and the Dimensity 91, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a little bit older, but still very good. 12 gigs of RAM, good. Good battery life. 256 storage, not bad. A few all tech specs. 13 megapixel camera, 3.5K OLED, so really good for that. Love the OLED. Not the brightest on there. Good. Micro SD cloud starts good. I think that's a newer Bluetooth than even Samsung has right now. Or sorry, not the Tab S9. That you did specify that it's a better Wi-Fi than the Tab S8. But yeah, let's see what features really make it stand out. So OLED, both versions of that, which I do like. Fast charging. Reimagine the world. Yada yada yada. 4 split screen panels, backlit keyboard, nice. That's really cool. So it does have it. So this one has Type-C in. which is really cool. It uses USB Type-C DisplayPort in, which means this can be an external monitor, a 14.5 OLED external monitor, plus a tablet. That is the best-selling feature for this. Samsung can do it wirelessly. Samsung can be a secondary monitor wirelessly, but it cannot do it wired. So for that reason, if you want to use this as a secondary display, I would say this one might have an edge on the Tab S9. Tab S9 Ultra has not come out yet. It's not been announced. I will say the Tab S9 Ultra is going to have better specs than this in terms of processing power. It's going to be better. And I don't know everything else yet, but I will tell you it's going to be faster. This is the best feature. If you're looking for a secondary display as well, this is something that would make me want to get this. Just because it can not only be my Android tablet, but it can also be my secondary monitor. That makes me want to get it. And going back to what I said before, though, earlier, does this have the ability to do app pairing for split screen? Because that is something that I would say a tablet definitely needs. But I don't know, guys. I would say this is a real competitor to Samsung Ultra, and I'm surprised Lenovo was able to come out with one that close that quickly to really compete with it. Like the Hinge too. Does the keyboard case come with it? I know the pen comes with it. Select models, yeah. So yeah, if it's available at Best Buy, you know what I would see about if it's available at Best Buy. Let's go ahead, pull this up. Best Buy. If it is available at Best Buy, my first thought is oh, wait, maybe it's not available yet at Best Buy. So yeah, I think it's coming to Best Buy, but it's not available yet. Well, that sucks. If it's available at Best Buy, what I would honestly do is wait till it goes in box or goes on sale or something. Because I definitely think you can get a discount on it. But yeah, pick it up at Best Buy. Unless they're just using Best Buy as a pickup. Some manufacturers do weird stuff like that. So, but yeah, honestly, not bad. Not bad at all. All right. If you double tap the line in the middle of the screen, you can switch to the left and right. Yeah, I have been. I get that. I really do. I get that, just being able to go right to it from the bar and just kind of like really go to it like that. Absolutely, you can do that kind of stuff. But there's nothing like a one-touch button, and that's something I have on Samsung. There's nothing like that. Just to give you an example. Can you hear those fireworks? Those fireworks are pretty loud. I'm curious. Let me know, guys. So there's nothing like just being able to touch one button. Boom. That's quicker than anything else Pixel has right now. Nothing that quick. So, yeah. That is a big deal in my opinion. Rigsby has yet to reach its final form. That is true. Oh, man. I messed with the Moto Razr today. Not a bad phone. Not bad at all. I'm honestly looking forward to it. Did you enjoy the pay-per-view yesterday? Yes, I did. It was really good. Liked a lot of the endings for sure. Not sure if I would have chosen David Priest. Everyone was going LA Knight. Yeah. But I did like the pay-per-view overall. And it's definitely going to be Roman versus Jay at SummerSlam, I feel like. But we'll see. All right. 95% of the experience is on the main screen. Oh, 95% on the is on the main screen for the S3 Fold. So it should be for a foldable. This is where the screen size is a new experience. I would say you have not used foldables as long, or maybe we just have a very different experience from everyone that I have met. Everyone that I've ever met with a foldable, that includes all influencers that I've met with the foldable, you spend a lot of time on the front screen. The only reason you don't is when the front screen sucks. Like the Fold 2 didn't spend much time ever on the front screen because it was too narrow. As they widened it with the Fold 3 and Fold 4, it was better. But no, that I 95% is a made up BS. Absolutely. Unless it's your experience fairly, but I have never met anyone that spends that much time with the screen open. Ever. And I'm including, at least 15 people off the top of my head. Never met anyone that does that. Yeah, I would say that is definitely, most people do not always operate a foldable like this. This is for specific circumstances when you want it to be like that, and it's better like that. Absolutely. I'm saying that, it's not legit, but I don't know anyone that wouldn't at least spend 30% of the time on the front screen. Just, you get a foldable so you can have the access to a bigger display like I do in my car. Anytime I drive, absolutely, that thing is open. Anytime when I watch something, pretty usually open. But no, I don't know anyone that uses the front screen that little and the main screen that much. Again, just from my experience and also knowing so many people that have foldables. Let's see. Where was I? Pixel Fold question. Mine arrives Wednesday. Congratulations. I would like to know how you feel about the non-app organization. What percentage of apps you regularly use that are not fixed? The non-app organization. Are you referring to how the apps are in the app drawer or something along those lines? Because there's a reason I immediately went to Nova Launcher, and that's because the Pixel's home screen is not good in comparison to Nova Launcher. This is not something you can do with this. This is what it comes with. This little minimalistic thing is what it comes with. So I'm assuming you mean this, it's alphabetical order and you can't put it in folders. Yeah, I hate that. I want my folders. So absolutely, I put Nova Launcher on there, and bam, this is my organization. This is the way it should be, and not how Google came out of the box with it. So again, I fine tune it, just at the same time as I would with Samsung with Good Lock, right? Good Lock is immediately on here. It makes it 20 times better. Absolutely, 100 times better, really. This one doesn't have Good Lock, but I do have Nova Launcher to improve it. So I use everything in my arsenal to make it better. And yeah, I will definitely probably do a must-have apps for the Pixel Fold, and Nova Launcher's number one. All right. I'm just saying, if only 10% of the apps I use regularly, I probably won't care. Oh yeah, I mean, you can definitely, choose which apps you use on a normal basis for sure, and kind of fine tune it for that. I'm really going through the Pixel battery right now. That's another thing, and I will say, I'm trying to find out how to optimize it the best way, and that's really really something that I would say is something that is let me say. I would say that's really, sorry, I just got thrown out by I read a part of a comment. Now I forgot what I was saying. Someone saying another comment. I'll get to that one. And I'll read the other stuff first. I have a 512 model on the S23 Ultra, currently sitting at only 59 available. Dude, what is in your storage? Is it files? Is it videos? Is it photos? What is in your storage? Please let me know. How do you have over 400 gigabytes filled on your phone? Let me know. I gotta know. That's so interesting to me. Yeah, I saw the first long time main phone. It was a Samsung. Yeah, for sure. 50 first date questions. I haven't talked about that for a little while, so sure, why not? 50 first date questions is available on Android and iOS, although honestly, so you know, I know Quiet Storm's the biggest person of it. I don't know how much longer it will be around. For newer versions of Android, it's not compatible with it, and I don't know if I want to pay to have it be compatible with it, so I'm currently debating on that. But if you do have it available, it is going to be the best dating app game possible. You ask them a question, they ask you a question, and you find out more about them in the best way possible. 50 First Date Questions is available on Android and iOS for now. Let's see. All right. What do you think about the Fold 5 so far? I don't know if I'd recommend the Fold 5 to anyone. Right, from what we know about it so far. Better hinge, less gap, thinner. Those are the three things that the Fold 5 achieves, from what we've heard. We'll see if it's true. But if those three things plus the standard upgraded processor, CPU, GPU stuff, I don't know if I would recommend anyone the Fold 5 if that's all that they upgrade, because although influencers have been talking about those things for a long time, regular people don't care about a hinge. Regular people don't care that much if you can see a crease for this one time and point and all this kind of stuff, that when you watch media, you get immersed in it. Like, this is stuff that was nitpicky stuff that I have never cared about. And, it's something that I guarantee, of course, some people do. Some people definitely do. And obviously a lot of influencers that review a lot of tech products review. But the one thing I always try to remember when doing tech reviews and reviewing all this stuff is what it's like if you don't have everything else. Because I think that's very hard to do, and it's very hard for our experience as well. It's one of the reasons why I was having a talk the other day with someone about, well, movie reviewers are so different from the audience on, when we see these splits, right? Oh, the movie's critics rated this for Rotten Tomatoes, and the audience score is this for Rotten Tomatoes, right? But they were arguing, well, movie critics are just fans too, so why is it that different? Because their palate is different in terms of like a food thing. When you've seen so many movies, when you've gotten the luxury of reviewing so much tech, it's harder to impress you. It's harder to have a wow factor. It's harder to do that, whoa, this is something unique, different, very cool, way different than anything else I have. Because it is just such a different experience. So yeah, I will really say that, like, it is very much an entirely different experience when you see 100 movies a year to when you see 10 movies a year. You're not so easily impressed. You're more critical. You have more I've seen this before, as where a person that sees maybe 10 or less movies a year will have not seen it before. This is original to them, or at least a trope that has not been like drilled into the ground basically at this point. Same thing with tech, same thing with anyone that does reviewing or talking about products for a living. They can sometimes be very high status and not, it's hard to remember. of like, oh yeah, to someone this is their very first foldable. To someone the first time they get an S23 Ultra, they've never experienced all this good stuff that the S22 Ultra had. They've never experienced the stuff that a S20, that a Note 20, that all these other phones had. So it's always kind of like I try to think of it that way when I'm talking about it, because it still is important to some people. It still is great. And it's hard not to become a different kind of reviewer. It's something that I struggle with, and I'm sure a lot of technical reviewers struggle with, and movie critics and everyone, because it's just like sometimes it's just one of those movies like, did you have a good time at the movies? Then it's worth going to see. Did you have a good time with this phone? Does it give you a good experience? Then it's worth buying. And those are kind of things I try to always concentrate on. All right. And yeah, I know how about the double tap the middle line in the middle, screen switch left and right. Yes, I do. Why is PS5? Why PS5 over the Xbox Series X? I mean, Xbox has already admitted they lost, right? Although that's BS. But it really, PS5 has done a much, much better job at optimizing games, and they have more first party titles, and they've sold way more. So developers first go for PS5. They first try to make sure the PS5 experience is the best, and then also make sure that the Xbox is better. But primary is PS5 because they won the battle in the beginning, and that's why it's just more catered to. On every performance review, usually the PS5 wins when it's PS5 versus Xbox Series X, even though technically the Xbox Series X has the better hardware slightly. And I do say slightly because it is a small difference. But yeah, I think the internal storage argument, the PS5 did better with the NVMe Gen 4 versus the sliding storage add-ons. I think PS5 did a way better job at that too, as long as you have a heatsink. But yeah, PS5 to me, it's just better overall for the games. So yeah. Yeah, that's it. Let's see. Nope, still no fireworks. Mike, Mike is going strong. Nice. How's it going, Ricky? It's Ben. Hey, Ben. Question for you. Will you be trying out the Vision Pro when released? I am not going to spend no $3,500 on no Vision Pro. No. I, like the public, will not be using the Vision Pro. It is for developers. It is completely for developers. It is not for the general public. So no, I will not be using the Vision Pro. If it ever is an opportunity for me to use it, I will test it out. I will take a look at it. Absolutely, absolutely. But I'm not going to spend money on it because it's not worth it as a return on investment for my viewers that care about it enough for me to pay for that and not get any views for it and not get that much. Like, it doesn't make sense on the ROI for me. And I very much do look at a lot of things I buy as a business. Oh, God, I'm going to rapid fire through these because we are over an hour now and I do have to get going. As Quiet Storm says, stream warning a limit, aka don't get Ricky in trouble with the family. All right. For those users that have conflated the cover display and foldable traditional phone screens are missing the full experience. No. Again, the whole point of a foldable is not so you always have a bigger display. It's so when you want a bigger display, you have it, or else why wouldn't you get a tablet? So no, that is completely a false narrative. What percentage of non-optimized do you have on a daily basis? If only 10 or 20%. Oh, the non-optimized. Sorry. I thought you meant, I don't know why I read like organization. 50% or more. Okay, so another reason why talking about the close screen, right? So first of all, I'm still surprised by the amount of people that don't know how to get uh, better apps in the tech space. Because I can't tell you, I was so shocked that so many influencers, tech influencers, they got this device early, by the way, showed this garbage for Twitter instead of this full screen, beautiful, fully optimized version of Twitter. They just didn't know. So, and there is an alternative for Instagram, although that is not as good, I will say. So, this is the Instagram version made for it, which, again, every reviewer said, well, you can double tap the side. You can. There is one that fills it in more, though. And, oops, sorry, hold on one second. They are linked more together, which is what I don't like, whereas Twitter's version does it really separately. So this one fills it in more. Now, a lot of people did say, and they are right, that you can just turn it sideways and it fills it up entirely. At least this version of it. The other version still doesn't fill it up entirely, but this version does. So yeah, so you can get that one as an alternative. Go like this. But see, this version still doesn't fill it up all the way, whereas the other one does fill it up entirely going that way. I have it forced Nova to be this way. That's why it's not going. But see, this one fills up Instagram entirely. So there's always ways around things. There's always ways around things. But unfortunately, it is true that Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram are three of the ones that are not optimized for it out of the box unless you know what you're doing. So yeah, so that's, again, just some stuff. All right. I would love to spend more time with it, but I really do have to rapid fire these a little bit faster. Let's see. Look, I'm not, oh wait, I have 75 pictures, 135 videos, 89 apps, 63 system, 68 files. I swear, if you talk to me next week, man, we'll compare, but I still don't get how you pack that much. I'm very curious. Your video files must be really huge, over like 10 gigs or something like that, because it's so big for that amount. 75 pictures is nothing. Are you saying gigs? You must be saying gigs. So 135 gigs in videos is a lot. 75 in pictures is a lot, actually. 89 gigs is not a lot for apps. And 63 in system isn't a lot. 68 in files does explain you have some files in there that are big, though. All right. So yeah, but overall, I would say most of the apps that I want are optimized once you know what you're doing. Let's see. And yes, I will do videos on this stuff, on how to get the optimized versions. Look, I'm not hating or loving any particular name brand phone. I just want what works best for me. That's great. I absolutely agree with that. Something nice and top tier. I like the latest and greatest, and that's what I have. Yeah. That's why I have concerns, because latest and greatest top tier app devices and experience. So I've always had concerns about spending my funds. As well you should. You should not go willy-nilly about spending very expensive stuff. Coming in late, but are you sticking with the Google Pixel Fold or the Galaxy Fold 4? I'm struggling to decide which one is to keep or return the Windows closing. I have not used the Fold 4 in since the S23 Ultra came out. Left the S23 Ultra. I've had the S23 Ultra. As I explained earlier, if you go back in the video, this is the first time I'm not having a Samsung device as my primary phone. So yes, I'm at least sticking with this for a month. Who knows? Maybe at the end of the month, I'm going to miss Samsung so much that I'll go right back to the S23 Ultra. But when it comes to those two phones, I would personally pick the Pixel Fold right now if I had to buy one. Or I would wait till this goes on sale when the Fold 5 comes out, because the Fold 5 is not going to be that much of an upgrade, and this one will be much cheaper. So that would be another thing. We should have 5 extra minutes since it was a delay. I'm over 5 minutes. I'm 15 minutes over. So yes, I am giving you guys time. I'm at 293 on the S22 Ultra, 28 gigs of 78,000. Okay, so yeah, everyone's oh man, I would love to talk more about it for sure. Have you ever seen Dominant Box X? Check it out. I will check out the Bluetooth speaker, but no, I haven't. If you don't have to spend the money, you can try it at one of the stores. Also willing to the general public will buy the device. You're wrong. I will bet money on that, Ben. It will not sell more than. It won't sell more than 2 million easily. I'll take that bet anytime. It could get to 1 million. I would be surprised if it did, but it won't get to 2 million for sure. First the tech people, celebrities, then others will follow. It won't. It's too overpriced. It's overpriced. We talked about how much they're actually making on it. They're making so much money on it. It's over $2,000 they're making on it. It should have been at 2,000, and the one that's going to be made for the public will be about 2,000. And don't forget the HomePod situation. So Apple isn't perfect when it comes to new stuff. And expensive. That's why I like and buy need halfway. Yeah. Thank you for great live. All right, guys. We will be cutting it off here just because I did definitely go over. Love talking to you guys. Love hearing from you. Make sure to enter in that soundbar giveaway, guys. Like I said, 36 people only have entered, so you literally will have a 1 in less than 50 chance of winning a $600 soundbar. Why not try? I would love to give it to one of you guys that is watching this, especially all the way through to Mobile Weekly Live. That would be awesome. Thank you guys always so much for watching. I will check you guys out next week. This has been RCKY, the YouTube Tech Guy.